Okay, recently I got some brand new equipment for the show, and every time I have computer issues or I have any sort of new equipment coming in, I talk about it. I got to hear from the world's most autistic people, PC master race guys, about how I need to stop using Apple. I mean, it's a real problem. Listen, I get that you've got your opinions, and I keep telling people I'm not even an Apple guy. I don't know how I got bogged down into all of this. This is not my fault. I'm telling you right now. It was not a choice of mine to become an Apple guy, I promise. Okay? So I don't know how it happened, but I started using Apple back in like 2007. And for the PC people out there who I know I'm going to hear it from, it was actually pretty good. I'm not one of these guys that needs to sit there and make sure that all my icons look like I have a Pip-Boy from Fallout, you know? I just want my stuff to work. And back then, it was good. And then a few years later, Steve Jobs died, and a prideful man took over the company. Unfortunately, things went downhill from there. Again, not my fault. But then I'm kind of stuck as an Apple guy. So ever since then, all my stuff is set up for this, and I'm an old man. I don't feel like changing, believe it or not. In the same way that you were an old man and you were a PC guy and you didn't feel like changing. And I bet you, if you put a Mac in front of you, if you put your hands, if you could stop for 2 seconds and get rid of your Android, I know you need your launchers or whatever. You need to make sure that you can customize your screen to the minute detail to make sure that you have a script font to read because you've got bugs in your brain. I know. If for 2 seconds you were handed a dirty, dirty Apple product, ew, yucky, that instantly you would not know how to use it. You would essentially be a grandpa. Okay? That's me with the PC. I'm not learning anything ever again. I promise. But then something started to occur to me. A thread was made in the Pod Awful cult by Feds, where she noticed that people keep doing this. She took some screenshots and said, hey, I think Jesse kind of knows at this point what he's going to be using. Maybe when he's asking for some Linus style tech tips. Oh my God. By the way, Linus screwed me over. Marques Brownlee screwed me over. All of the trans people in this Pride Month screwed me over when it comes to buying the new Mac Studio, but we'll come to that in just a little bit. Anyway, when I'm asking for my Linus Tech tips, maybe, just maybe, this is what Fed said. She said, maybe, just maybe, Jesse knows he's just going to keep using the thing you don't like. Maybe it's not exactly a tech tip to tell him, stop using Apple. But you can't help yourselves. You're autistic.
I have autism. I can't help it.
So I'm reading through these things, and I'll explain why I'm not on camera here in just a second. I'm reading through some of these messages, and, it's beginning to hit me what the real problem is as I realize over and over again, after years and years being hit with stuff like, maybe buy a real computer instead of what Apple thinks is good. Stoked for show. Wow, gee. Thanks the dumbest guy I've ever known, Donald Myers. Thanks the weirdest freak I've ever seen. I'm happy that you're stoked for the show, but there ain't no show unless I get a Linus Tech tip out of you. After reading stuff like from Moonlight here, at least Windows is slightly better, or maybe you should consult Null and learn how to use Linux, LOL. Are you kidding me? Linux? I don't even know if that's how you say it. That's how much of a grandpa I am. Something started to formulate in my head. I have said for years that, listen, the difference is we're both dumb. The Windows guys, actually, here's the thing. We've got Windows guys, we've got Apple's guys, right? And the Windows guys are ass guys. and the Apple guys are tits guys. And if you really think this through, what I'm saying here is true. Windows is all about the ass. It's all about getting up in there and seeing what you can screw around with, seeing what you can get away with. Apple, it's all about the shiny thing, you know? Just trying to, it's about curves, baby. It's about trying to look the best. That's all it is. It's ass guys and it's tit guys. And Linux guys are foot guys. Let's be clear about that. So I keep seeing all these messages, and then this idea formulates in my head. You know, it's Pride Month, and I start to realize something. I get this one. Tyler says, I would say install Linux/Windows on it, but you're probably using Apple proprietary editing software or whatever. And I responded, you know, this is a pretty typical response for me. I said, oh, yeah, no, that's what I want. I bought an Apple product for thousands of dollars because I really wanted to run Windows or Autism OS. Maybe I should just throw the computer out and instead build a Raspberry Pi powered, a Raspberry Pi powered smart mirror so I can see the weather while I don't brush my teeth in front of it for the third day in a row. Wow, thank you. I didn't think I deserved that one, but thank you anyway. Anyway, so, you know, I'm pretty used to throwing back the snarky remarks at this point, but I didn't realize where this is all coming from. I always assumed it was a train-style obsession with this sort of thing.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
PCs basically seem like being into a PC, especially being into building a PC, seems like a cool and fast, like Sonic activity to me, Jesse, the greatest guy. So I never could really put this together. I never really understood. Like, I have literally had people tell me, like, you know what you should do? You should build a Raspberry Pi. You think I got time to build a Raspberry anything? I don't even know what that is. I'm not kidding. I don't know what it is, and I will never know what it is. I'm not going to join your droid builders union. So then I've got this one here. Moonlight says, dude, why do you even bother buying Chinese sweatshop cumbersome tech? I said, which one isn't this? You know, aren't they all Chinese sweatshop things? This is an odd angle to take, by the way. He said, at least Windows is slightly better. Oh, this is when I said, better in what way? So I'm pretty sure they all use Chinese slave labor. And if you think my issue when I can't get the show working properly, when the stream ain't working right, if you think the issue I'm running into is that tiny hands made it, that's not what I'm going with here. We're really not concerned. Do you know the type of Chinese slave labor I used to use just to wash my clothing? I wouldn't even wash my own clothes. I would force Chinese women to do it for me. I prefer the idea that a Uyghur put together my computer. I don't think the PCs are immune from that. Now, Crude Pixels here, he's one of the latest guys to fall for this trap. Most people in the cult know at this point, you are barking up the wrong apple tree by sending me some shit about Windows. But Crude Pixel said, you got to buy a $6,000 Mac to do that. You could build a $2,000 PC for the same specs or higher. You can even emulate the Mac OS for free. I said, oh, okay, cool, man. I'd rather just pay $6,000. Enjoy your tinkering. I've got work to do. He says, you do you. I said, if I need help partitioning into Windows so that I can travel back in time to 2003, I'll let you know. See, here's the thing is every time I'm forced to sit in front of a Windows machine. There is zero difference between the machine you use today and the machine I used to use when ME followed the word Windows. All right? The Millennium Edition, ladies and gentlemen, a computer that came with a Best Buy sticker warning me about Y2K is the exact same thing as a computer today. I don't care how much you've souped it up. I don't care that you're using liquid nitrogen to cool the inside. Oh, man, you've got an RTX. I don't know what that is. Now what? See, me as a guy where when the computer goes down and I can't do a stream or I can't come on camera or something, believe it or not, the thing I'm not looking to do is be the reason behind that. And I know I've seen Windows guys online. I see the Windows guys complaining about their computers crashing and how, this thing blew up. Oh, I got to replace this. This is not a thing you really see from Apple guys very often, okay? And I used to think that you guys were the autistics and we were the gays. And this is what I always said. Listen, we're both bad. Windows guys are autistic. Apple guys are gay, all right? Just let me be gay in my Pride Month. I had it backwards all along. So check this out. Crude Pixel says, well, if you want a cheaper and easier solution, you could buy a PC to run the show. I know you hate PC and prefer Macs, but at the very least, it could be a temporary solution till you overall fix this. Now, this is, of course, when the computer was crashing all the time during the live stream. It was gently explained to Crude Pixels, maybe, just maybe, you're barking up the wrong tree, but it didn't stop him. He says, I'm sorry, Jesse, but Apple is literally run by... And now he used some choice words that I'm not going to repeat in my Pride Month. My dad says trans rights, so I'm not saying that. So he says that. He says they're literally run by the Fs and the Ts. I said, but they don't make their computers look like it, which is nice. You straight PC guys sure love flying the flag for them. And then he was typing forever, so I said, don't bother typing this much. He was taking forever to respond. Now, this is when I realized, this is when I came to my absolute crystal clear realization. PC guys are, in fact, gay.
They're cyberbullying me to death.
Every single PC guy I know, especially the ones building their own, their PC looks like this. It's covered in rainbow lights. It's RGB out the wazoo, which is, of course, where gay guys go to make their babies. This literally has a meme in it of a guy vomiting rainbows. The computer I'm showing here, he's got rainbow matrix, which I didn't know was an option, but now that I think about the directors of that movie, of course it is. Look at this. This is their computer. I'm not the gay guy here. Sorry. I'm part of the S community. I don't even know what, like the fan is somehow lighting up with RGB. Is it even cooling anything if the fan itself is emitting its own heat source? The light up tubes water cooling it is lighting up rainbow style. Look at this. And it's not even just your PC. Your whole desktop is like this. Your computer, your monitor, your keyboard, your mouse. I've seen a guy who has a light up rainbow chair. What is the point of all of this? So every time you're sitting there going, wow, I'm part of the PC master race, you're sitting there in a cotton candy dream vomit. How do you live like this? And I'm a guy, listen, I've got a show, okay? I've got a studio. I've got LGBT lights in my studio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, in fact, as Feds coined it, the RGBT community. If anything in your room, as just a normal guy sitting there tinkering on your computer looks like this, well then, happy Pride Month. Because your computer is the gay one. I don't know how I didn't see it. Look, this is the computer I just bought. Looks like this. This looks like the Tin Man took a shit. It's just an aluminum brick. This is the laziest day at the design factory ever. Wow. What is it? What color does it come in? Oh yeah, gray. Hey, can I get that in gray, please? You got that? You have anything a little more colorful? Yeah, we've got a Windows computer. You want that? Nah, thanks. I'll take gray. and if it could have as little shit going on as possible, if it could maybe not hypnotize me into thinking new thoughts. If you have a computer that's whirring around, spinning lights, you've got tubes going in and out, Marilyn Manson style, you've got liquids from who knows where going into Lord knows what, I'm sorry, you're being groomed. Your computer is grooming you, okay? So I said, you straight PC guys sure love flying the flag for them. Crude Pixel says, but I can make my computer look and run however I want. That's a man's computer. Well, we just saw what it looks like. Is that how you want? All of you guys seem to want this, by the way. I've seen like 2, maybe 3 guys ever where they're like, you know what? I just want my computer to be blue, and we've got no issue. I got no problem with you. But a lot of you are Reddit tier men. Okay? You're Redditors. You're Redditors. You're part of the P community. A lot of you guys really like making it a rainbow for some reason. There's something inside the same gene that makes you want to be the guy to screw in your components, which is literally the only difference. It's not like you didn't build a PC. Okay? Yeah. Oh, I'm a furniture builder. Yeah, I put together my IKEA chair. So me and a woodworker, pretty much the same guy. I'm just as straight as a woodworker. Sorry, PC guys, you are the IKEA people. I know it doesn't feel like, I know Apple feels like the IKEA of computers, but it's not. So you screwed in your little thing, and something about whatever gene, whatever brain aneurysm it is that causes you to want to go like, oh, I've got the fastest thing. I need ray tracing. I need to see Master Chief's butt in 5K ray traced. By the way, I don't know if you know this. Ray is a gay guy. I asked him. He said he's part of the LGB. So you've been tracing Ray this whole time. He's into it. Something about that gene makes you want to make a rainbow out of your computer. I don't know what it is. It's not me. I said, does it light up or not? He says, no. I said, okay, you're the one. Wow, congratulations, Crude Pixels. You happen to be the odd man out here. So he says, I built mine in 2013 before the Pride lights. I said, everyone in Silicon Valley is gay and trans and Chinese. I'm not worried about that part. Now, it's very funny to me that he built the only excuse for him not having the RGBs is he built his 10 years ago. Okay, cool. I'll take my brand new computer. Thanks. That's just me. The one with the neural engine. Yeah, I'll go with that one. But hey, enjoy your 2013 computer. He says, I'll give you that. But one day, hopefully, you can escape the Apple hell chamber. I'm sorry. When I'm looking at the pastel, vomitous nature, the puking of Prisma that is the inner workings of most people's PCs, that's when I think hell chamber. That's just me personally. And again, this isn't an anti-gay thing. We're celebrating you guys here tonight, okay? I want to finally make amends between the Apple guys and the PC guys. It's finally time for us to come eye to eye. I said, they are both hell chambers, and the fact you can't see that is more terrifying. He says, I can use whatever operating system or hardware parts I want. I'm a free man. I use Linux and Windows for fun. I said, LOL, I've owned a Mac. I've never owned a Mac. I couldn't boot into another OS, man. You're traveling time to argue here. And that's true. The first Mac I ever bought, you could partition into Windows. He says, you got to buy a 6K Mac to do. Oh, we already read this one. Okay, cool. Enjoy your tinkering. I got work to do. I said, I'm not crazy, man. I just returned the M1 Studio because I was still days inside the return window, and I might as well. So if you've been wondering what's going on, you knew I got the new computer. What happened? Didn't you buy the new computer, Jesse? And then you did a show. What happened? I'll explain that all in a bit. Again, Linus Tech Tips fucked me all the way up on this one. He says, I get that. I said, I'm not one of these dudes who's first in line for every upgrade. I'm really not I'm not a fanboy of any of this stuff. The only people I know that are fanboys are the PC guys. He says, honestly, I'm only trying to help. And I get that. But let me be clear. I fully understand that the real thing happening here when a guy tells me, hey, man, come over to my side. Listen, it's like when, I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience. I used to live in New York City, one of the gayest capitals of Earth. And I didn't live in a gayborhood or nothing, but I knew some gay guys. And, when I would be a single fella, I would, you would commiserate with your friends or whatever. You'd be out, all your friends are there. There's straight guys, there's gay guys, there's girls, whatever. And sometimes a gay guy would say to you, oh, you ever hear this one, the little catty thing they do where they're like, hey, have you ever tried guys? It's actually a lot of, hey, open up Grindr, you'll find a boyfriend in a minute. Just saying. That's you. That's you telling me that I shouldn't be using Apple. Sorry, but I believe people are gay from birth. And I also believe they are straight from birth. And I will never not be an Apple guy, it turns out. I don't know. It's just my sexual orientation when it comes to computers. But I get that they're just trying to help. They're just trying to help. Or alternatively, it's like a weed guy and they're trying to get you high because they feel bad about their own lives. Either way, he says, honestly, I'm only trying to help. I like watching your shows and I seen you had a lot of computer problems, but I'm not trying to be a dick. And I know that, Crude Pixels. We're not making fun of you here. He says, but if you like Apple, I ain't going to force you to switch. I don't know. It sounds like you really want me to be a switch, though. And look, even the terms here are LGBT. You got switch, you've got verse, you've got top, you've got bottom. Crude Pixels is actually a PC bear. You might not have noticed that, but I said, I have computer problems because I'm trying to make computers do shit they aren't supposed to do, and using some hacked together one I built myself will not solve that issue because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like Apple. I just like not being forced to do extra. And then Martin chimes in and says, time traveling to 2003 since 2022, TM. So I said, as long as I absolutely never have to use Linux in order to use or maintain a computer, we should be. Wait. I think we're out of order here. Okay. Here. Yeah, this is great. So he said to me, Crude Pixel said to me, if you seriously want me to look, I can figure it out. I jokingly told Crude Pixels that I want to build a PC and I want him to help me. Okay. So he's like, yeah, sure. Tell me what you need and I'll figure it out. And I said, okay, sure. Here's my requirements. I need a 24-core CPU, a 76-core GPU, a 32-core neural engine with 128 gigabytes of unified RAM, at least 2 terabyte SSD, 6 Thunderbolt ports, 10 gigabit Ethernet, and HDMI and SDXC, preferably nearly silent when running, and a small form factor. Now, if this sounds at all familiar to you, that's great, because apparently it didn't wake up any of the Crude Pixels inside of Crude Pixels' brain. He says, okay, that's doable. Unsure about the Thunderbolt ports, though I believe that's an Apple patented technology. I could do USB-C. I said, I'm going to need at least 4 Thunderbolt. I'll accept 2 USB-C. And if you don't get it, I'm, of course, describing the brand new Mac Studio that I bought exactly to a T. I just need it to have all of that stuff. As long as I can have all of that, we're good. I said also a 3-year no questions asked warranty and 24/7 support would be nice with the Apple Care that I got. And I'm not sure if this is if this part is just a Mac OS thing or if a Hackintosh can do it. But I need it to hand off to my other 2 Macs and iPhone, because that's the other thing I'm dealing with here. I'm a little bit in the community here, okay? I'm a little bit stuck. Crude says, if we build it as a Linux machine that runs Mac as an emulator, you can use it as solely a Mac if you want it. Oh my God, no thank you. I said, as long as I absolutely never have to use Linux in order to use or maintain it, we should be good. He says, warranties are an easy thing, but 24/7 support is the only thing that might be a deal breaker. You would have to have someone like me or another guy who knows. Oh, that's great. So instead of a professional guy, I can just call on the phone and go, why my computer not work? I can just call up some dude from Discord. Great. 24/7 support. Perfect. And then here comes Fed. She says, I can't believe this is still going on. Jesse isn't leaving Apple. He's in the Mac ecosystem. It's a done deal. I said, no, I might leave if I can save a few $1,000s in order to maintain it myself just to continue using Mac OS anyway. Now, a little bit of sarcasm might have been lost in translation here because Crude Pixel says, I was just trying to help so you don't have to buy the new M3 when your M2 shits the bed. I'm not buying every brand new one. And then Fed says, just upgrade to the $40 level of the pizza fund. So there you go. Thank you to the wonderful help of Crude Pixels and hundreds of pod-awful cultists over many, many years. We're talking the past 13 years. I've been having to listen to this, and I only now finally understand what's going on. I haven't been respecting your sexual orientation. So tonight, on Pod Awful, we celebrate the RGBT community on the very last day of Pride. I'm sorry we waited until the end, but it's the best we've got because I've been too much of a little stinker to the PC master race. And if I had just listened to them from the beginning, then maybe, just maybe, I could be on camera right now. All right, let's go. This is Pod Awful.
Have a great day, everyone out there. All you games of the internet.
Every fucking day, I have to put up with this shit. Every single day. It is maddening!
Okay, happy to be here, everybody. I completely forgot what the intro to the show is. That's great. That shows you how much I'm actually working here lately. Welcome to Pod Awful. I'm your host, Jesse. People call me the Colonel, of course. You can call me Bullets. The internet's boyfriend, the Earth's greatest guy. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. We are live, and people in the chat room are saying, is this really live? They think it's pre-recorded. It is not. I see you in the chat room. I hope everybody's happy to be here. Evil Ian, I see you asking, saying this is pre-recorded. It's not. Here's the proof, okay? Wanda's voice is magic, of course. We love Wanda, don't we, folks? We truly do.
Pot off a one. Pot off a one.
I believe this little graphic right here, just say no to RGB computers, was made by Smokane. So shout out to him. Shout out to Feds for putting that thread together, because it just cemented it in my mind. It's high time we finally talk about this stuff. Listen, I'm not the gay guy here, okay? Sorry. This has been your month. This is what you need to understand. This has been your month. All Pride Month long, the PC Master Race guys have been going crazy. These predators, and I do mean the Reddit guys, they closed down the PC Master Race Reddit during this month. I happened to notice that. I was actually looking into this stuff. I wanted to get to know you guys a little bit better. I want to be a PC ally. And then during Pride Month, I don't know if this is like a Pride Month thing, a Juneteenth sort of deal, but I go to Reddit to find your people, and the Reddit is shut down. I didn't know what to do. I tried to find there's like an ultra-wide master race, a monitor thing, and I tried to go to their subreddit. That was shut down. So I guess straight community guys like me are not welcome into the fold, and that's on me. I've been rejecting you guys from minute one. I've been dismissing you. I'm basically saying you guys don't have rights when I respond the way I do. I should have, at the very least, I should have let one of you take me to Grindr and see if I can put together my own PC with all the parts listings and things. I don't know what website you use. I assume it's Grindr, but whatever it is, I've been trying to figure this out. And, you know, I got the new computer. Here's what happened, okay? I got the new Mac. Well, I got a Mac Studio. And all of the gay community, Linus Tech tips, Marques Brownlee, what's the other? Oh, I figured out the name of the one I hate. The little Mexican guy I hate on there, Marques Tech. This dude needs to be kicked off the internet. What he's doing on YouTube is essentially a crime, okay? I'm not kidding. I don't know if you've ever seen Marques Tech. He covers a lot of Mac products and stuff. I don't know. Maybe he does PC stuff too. I'm not sure. Marques Tech covers a lot of this shit. And essentially every single video he has is like not just clickbait. I mean, clickbait of the highest order, but it is a crime. He's like committing fraud by having these things. So I hate these guys because I watched all their videos. I watched all their things. I'm so worried. Every time I buy a computer, every time I got to buy something new, I don't, you know, Apple keeps their trap shut on when they're releasing their next thing. And every single time I bought a computer, like a few months later, they bring out the brand new version of it, and I'm instantly behind. This just happened. The last time it happened, I bought the iPhone. I don't remember which one I got and which one they're on, but, you know, let's say it was I bought 12, 13 came out a month later. That's the kind of luck I have every single time. So I've been watching like a hawk. Okay, this Mac Studio, are they going to replace it? Every single guy said, nope, Mac Studio's dead in the water. They're never going to upgrade it. This is what they said. Linus says this. Linus's trans friend Emily says this. The one person I thought I could trust over at the Tech Tips. And of course, Marques Brownlee says this. And I thought, you know, it's Juneteenth. I got to listen to this guy. If he says there's no more Mac Studios coming out, I pull the trigger. I buy the Apple Care on it, which is like $300 or something. And no, it's $150, I think. I buy all of it. All right. And then and I know the PC people are sitting there filing their nails going, try to warn you, girlfriend. We told you. Oh, no, you didn't.
But I am gay.
So listen, I get the Mac Studio. It finally arrives to the moon. Takes me a little bit longer than some of you guys. And the next day, I think it was it the same hour that I opened the box? Somewhere in the time between the package arriving and me sticking a knife into the box to open it, Apple said, we've got a brand... I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Wrong accent. Wrong voice. They said, we've got a brand new Mac. Hello, it is me, totally straight guy, Tim Cook. And we're presenting the brand new Mac Studio. It is also a completely the exact same looking aluminum shit brick as the last one. But we took two of the chips and stuck them together to make it even faster. And I went, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. Because, you know, it takes like a month for one of these things to arrive. I ordered it, and then it took like a month for it to arrive. And I maxed out the specs on this. Completely maxed it out. So I see this, and I go, am I still in the return window? It takes a month to arrive. The return window is 2 weeks. Oddly convenient and oddly straight of you. This is how straight guys are keeping the PC people down. So I go, okay, I am days inside of the return window. Here's what I got to do. I call up. The first thing I do is I call up and I go, I need to cancel this Apple Care and get a refund because I'm returning this thing. They go, no problem. This is the beautiful thing. This is what the PC people will never, ever understand. All right. When you've got Apple Care, you call up and you get, I'm not kidding, the whitest guy you've ever spoken to on a phone. Can you even remember the last time you spoke to a white person over the phone? And I'm not saying white is better when it comes to just normal humanity, but on a phone, we reign supreme. And this is like any hour of any day, by the way. You just call whenever. It can be the middle of the night for wherever they live. And you just go, hi, I have a problem. And then they go, yes, sir. My place. It's like ordering at Chick-fil-A. It's one of the most pleasurable. They literally say, my pleasure. I call them up and I go, hey, listen, I got to return this. I know this is going to be a pain in the ass. You guys are releasing this new Mac. I just bought the old one. I'm returning it. I don't know if I'm even allowed to do that. We got to cancel this Mac Studio. And the guy, no joke, on the other line goes, oh my God, let me help you with, I would love to help you with it. In fact, I would love to give you free money. This is the thing about Apple. Apple is truly, it's like a gated community. You guys don't understand. You guys are using, you know, if you're an Android guy, like if we talk phones here for a second, you live in the ghetto. I'm sorry, but you're over there with the vertical video guys. You live. You enjoy being live. Apple, iPhone, Mac, it's a gated community. There, you've got a guy. Apple Care is the dude sitting at the gate, making sure that the packages coming in aren't from Pod Awful. You know, Mersh will never own an iPhone. Instead, Mersh gets coleslaw. He could even live in a gated community. The person working there would be like, they'd be on their Android phone, vertical video live on Facebook going, oh, this man say he delivering coleslaw to Mersh. Okay. Going through. There's not even a gate. Like, there's nothing even stopping you. You could have just gone. You know those types of tolls? The type of booth where there's no arm to lift? You could, if you just blew through, you know the guy sitting in the booth would be like, ah, fuck, well, that's the 8th time today. I'm not chasing him. So Apple is a gated community. You call them up and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Let me get you anything you need. Would you like an extra free Mac on top of that, actually? How do you feel about getting a new iPhone? We'll send you out a magic touchpad. How do you feel about that? I'm not kidding. This is what ended up happening. I return the Apple Care. I then later return the Mac Studio. Within days, it was incredible. They just released the brand new computer. I max it out again, order it again. Somehow it comes to me faster than the last time. Took a month the time before, took days the next time. I don't know how they did this. It was incredible. When I get back from returning the old Mac Studio, I look at the receipt. I didn't even know they did this. They had returned the Apple Care twice. So much like with Mersh and the 376, I'm not joking, I made back money doing this. It should have cost me extra. I made $150 back off of all. Basically, I got free Apple Care in the end on all of this. It was incredible. Truly incredible. They somehow allowed me to return Apple Care twice. These are the nicest, whitest, straightest people. So when as a white, straight man, an Apple guy, as we are known, as an Apple guy, I've always thought like, oh, this is nice, this is wonderful, but I can see a PC guy in the same exact situation. He's probably getting judged, you know, just by the very lisp of his voice. Instantly. I know you guys can't walk into a convenience store without being followed down every aisle. The Latina cashier behind the counter sees you walk in, is like, oh, great. Here's another PC user. Let me make sure he doesn't steal a Colt 45 out of the fridge. Oh, what's that? Why am I following you? Oh, no reason. Are you buying that, Baby Ruth, though? Or you just, is that a maybe? Okay, no, there's no reason. No reason. Is that a USB hanging off your keychain? No reason. I just noticed it's a USB-C, right? That's not a Thunderbolt, right? Okay, yeah, no reason. No, sorry, no. So listen, you guys have had to put up with a lot of prejudice for a long time from my people. And for that, I say I'm sorry. But it was your people who fooled me into this whole catastrophe, who made it so that I couldn't be doing shows for all that time. In case you missed it over on Pod Awful Savage Clips, Angie put up this clip. It's a great clip. And this is my whole thing about the tech tubers, okay? If you missed this one, just take a look, and we'll get to know Emily, my favorite tech tuber.
I got a Mac Studio, which is actually just
stupidly, somehow a Mac Studio is more powerful than.
Yeah, I watched the Marques Brownlee video on it, and he was saying that.
That library, that dude is like.
He always has like not just the newest, most expensive thing, but like 4 of them.
What a grift. That guy, and I do not use that term lightly. That dude doesn't know anything about anything. Every time I sucker myself into watch it, like if I'm buying something or I'm like trying to troubleshoot or whatever, I'll end up watching one of these idiot tech tubers.
Oh, no.
And I mean, listen, I'm an iJustine girl. I always have been. I used to watch iJustine back in the day, and
you don't like Linus Tech tips.
And then I did start watching him. I had never watched that shit before, and I started watching him very recently, right before he had his scandal of accidentally saying the N-word over and over again. God damn. I should have clipped that. I did not realize how big that was going to be. I was watching that and losing my mind. I watched that live. Losing my mind.
Hard R.
I mean, it's been kind of eye-opening. I've just sort of randomly here and there picked up episodes of old shows that I hadn't watched in a long time from like the early 2000s, and just the casual the casual sort of gay humor, casual use of the hard R.
Oh, really?
It's jarring. Yeah, it's jarring now. And for
casual use of hard R.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Like okay, it was an episode of American Dad, and it was just
Really?
like, yeah, it wasn't for shock value. It was just like used.
Whoa.
Right. Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? That was in 2003 or something, like 2002.
Yeah.
I'm not going to deny that I dropped my fair share of hard R's back then, because we didn't even the term hard R didn't even exist. We didn't think about it.
I dropped my fair share of hard R's back then because we didn't even the term hard.
Right. And it's funny because to me, that doesn't feel like that long ago. But to my kids...
Are you talking like N-word hard R?
What? No.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that's how people use that term.
No.
I think
that's
so.
That's the N-word. What are you guys talking about? Am I mistaken?
I think so.
No, the one with the for mental disability.
I'm pretty sure people use hard R in a very different way than you just used it.
Oh. Okay, either
hard
way.
R means ending
I understand.
the N-word
I
with
understand.
a hard R.
I understand what you mean. No, I'm not talking about that. Okay, cool. So I'm glad that
I'm
we have
freaking
cleared that
Neo
up.
over here, dude. We're dodging bullets. That was bad.
Right. I forgot about the part where I said, yeah, I just used it. Yeah, no, actually.
We can breathe. Everything's okay.
Cool. So
right.
I hope everyone likes not having a job anymore on Monday, because apparently I'm a giant racist.
I was watching Linus Tech Tips while setting up the moon base, and
nice.
just because mostly just because it's long and it was on something. It was just something to keep on and not have to think about putting on a new video or whatever. I was watching their podcast or whatever, but I found it because I was looking at text. But I watched a few of these. What's the black guy's name again? Marques?
Marques Brownlee.
Marques. And I heard Linus mention him, like they're friends or whatever. I watched a few of this guy's videos, and I'm familiar with, I would recognize him if I saw him. I'm familiar, but I don't watch the stuff. But the few times I have, it is so, you watch Linus Tech Tips. Say what you want about Linus. I could do a whole thing about Linus Tech Tips, to be honest. That is, their podcast is crazy. Yeah. Imagine if Pot Awful was nothing but the Pizza Fund commercial. That's the 3 hours of a Pizza Fund commercial. It's insane. He sits there, and I know I'm doing a test stream right now. Yeah. I very much say this is this is not a show. Don't expect anything out of this. This dude's main podcast, 3, 4, 5 hours long, and the whole thing is them going, we're actually hiring 50 new people at my company because of how much money you guys are giving me, and by the way, here's the new product. And there's maybe 2 minutes of talking about something stupid Google did in the news. Anyway, the point is, you watch Linus, say what you will about his terrible show, awful, crazy, literally crazy. I cannot really put it into words strongly enough how insane a quote unquote show that is. You know, when I go into the Discord and I'll ask you guys like, hey, what do you want out of the pizza fund, and give me your ideas for this. That's his whole show. And it's not even like, well, what would be better for your dollar? It's more like, how do we best sell 1 million of something? He's like, it's like them A/B testing products on their nerd fan base. It's insane. All right, anyway, point is, despite all of that, you can tell this dude's a real nerd. Everybody who works for him's a real nerd and knows what they're talking about for the most part. You watch this Marques Brownlee, and this doesn't know. And listen, he's fine. He's not, I shouldn't have said, I only say the N-word because Linus said it. I use the hard R because Linus uses the hard R. This dude is
permission from the tech community.
This dude is not an N-word at all. I mean, you know, if we go by Chris Rock logic, this dude he's white essentially. I'm not a race scientist or anything. I'm no race realist. And I think their ideas are harmful and wrong. However, even the whitest brown guy I've ever seen, which apparently this guy, Marques or whatever his name is, they say he's like an amazing athlete and stuff. So that part carries over. And then the part where like, all right, forget Marques. Think about any time you've looked for a tutorial on something and a YouTube video pops up and it's a black dude doing it. It's like a computer thing, right? Black dude, like, you know, if it's a dude telling you how to make ribs or whatever, fine. I'm talking about computer shit. And I wouldn't follow the rib tutorial, by the way, but not because I'm racist, because I'm picky and I don't wash my meat. Sorry, I'm just not into washing meat. Call me crazy, but point is, you know when you get into one of these tutorials, there's just some random black dude, and you're like 2 minutes in, and he can't pronounce the words that he's teaching you about, and you're like, oh, and you'll finish out the video because of the soft bigotry of low expectations, basically. But you know in the back of your mind, like, oh, this guy doesn't know anything. Like forget about the topic he's trying to teach you about. He doesn't know anything.
He doesn't know how to say words.
This guy stood up from his desk, walked, like the fact that you couldn't constantly hear the goon alarm in the background is only because he watched enough YouTube video tutorials to find out which microphone to buy, and it's somehow he managed to get that out of the mix. But he's standing up from his desk immediately after that tutorial, and he's putting a bunch of chicken in the sink. So, and that's not a racist thing, it's just true. So this Marques guy, you watch him for a few extra minutes before that sinks in, because you're hearing him, you're hearing the way he talks, the way he presents himself, and you're like, okay, so like, you know, maybe he was adopted, you know, and you think that's going to shake it out, and it doesn't. Sorry, the race scientists are right. It's baked in. Whatever it is, it's baked in, and that's not. I wish that wasn't true, but it's true, and that's not a bad thing. By the way, again, he's apparently an amazing athlete, but I listen to this dude review a Macintosh, and I go, let me just go ahead and get 3-second opinions on this, which I believe is 6 opinions. 7 if you include the first one. So I'm just saying, like, this is, again, it's not a race thing. It is. It's completely based around his race and stems from it and is intrinsic to it. But it's not me having a feeling about a race. It's, you know, we God bless him. We wish him the best in everything he does and all of his endeavors. And look, the dude's made a fucking killing off of it. He's made a fortune. So what do I know? Well, here's what I know. I'm not following any of his advice ever. I guess if he puts out a video where, like, you know, his employee Chang does the review, I might take a look-see doodle.
I'll hold a little more water for you.
When he gets, you know, no, that sounds black too. I'm trying to think of what's an Indian, Pradeep. When he gets Pradeep,
Indian plank, yeah.
Indian plank. When he gets Pradeep to do one of these reviews, I might take a listen. Like, for instance, and this is how you know it's not a bigotry thing. It is just like, I can tell he doesn't know what he's talking about. Me I'm not a layman, but as more of a layman than a guy who literally his job is being an expert at these things, I can tell that he doesn't know. I'm sorry, I just can't. It's like, you don't have to be, you don't have to be a world-class chef to know that the pasta tastes like dirt. So what I'm saying is, So what I'm saying is, no, dirt.
Oh.
You're not even listening. All right, so what I'm saying is...
What, Dirk?
What a
hard R.
What I'm saying is that, like, this is not a bigotry thing, because there's another channel, and unfortunately, I don't remember the name of this one, or I think it's a pretty big company. It's something big that you would recognize the name of, but they've got a YouTube channel, and they've got this little trans boy, I don't know what it is. It's like this little, when a lesbian is so lesbian that she dresses like the Sandlot? She's a boy. She's like a precocious 50s boy. She's Dennis the Menace. She's carrying, like, at a certain point, they're so lesbian that they have to carry a slingshot in their back pocket. And by the way, the back pocket of their overalls, while wearing a giant build baseball cap. When they dress like Ness from Earthbound. Okay, I'm talking about one of those. I don't know if it's trans or if it's lesbian, but I know it's Glad. All right. So there's one of those. I don't want. No, that would require a man. So,
well, they make it.
I guess they could be the boy. You're right. No, you're right. We respect trans rights all day, and here's why trans rights. Because look, I watch one of those videos, and I got 2 seconds in my, listen. Do I have bigoted thoughts occasionally? Yeah, I do. I'm a cisgendered white male, straight white male. All I have are bigoted thoughts. So I'm trying to do my best in this Frankenstein society. And so I watch, and I had that thought. I thought, ooh, I don't want to listen to this, whatever this is. I can't even figure out what I'm looking at. This thing's going to tell me how to take apart a computer. It doesn't even know how its own parts work. And I got to be honest, it was one of the best videos I saw. They had the most very knowledgeable. Listen, I barely trust just a regular woman other than Justine, obviously, because Justine and we have a history together. We dated, but I know she's not smart or good or knowledgeable about Apple products or anything, but she loves them. So good enough.
That's something you can relate to.
That's something. Well, I don't love them. I hate them.
Oh, okay.
I hate them because I'm stuck with them. But
but just to be clear, Marques Brownlee ranks just below a trans lesbian.
Here's the pecking order when it comes to tech tubers. Is that the term for that? I just made, or did I make that up? Here's the pecking order. Sure. Okay. Top of the list, Linus. Next is the trans lesbian boy. Under that, Leo Laporte.
I don't know who that is.
Well, whatever. And then under that, Justine, and under that, Marques. Sorry, and that's not race related. Listen,
Review Tech USA is at the dead bottom.
I don't know what that is. I'm not watching enough. Oh, and there's this one dude.
Hello.
There's this little Mexican guy or something that, and again, that has nothing to do with him being Mexican. He's some sort of Sandy, and I don't know what he is, but I don't know his name. I'm trying to describe him in case anyone knows what I'm talking about. He puts out like 50 videos a day on Mac Minis and Mac Studios and MacBooks and this one over that one and actually the M1 and blah 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 blah. I hate this guy's videos. I don't know his name. He's the bottom. He's the bottom. He's under Marques. And we hate him.
Have you ever seen that Austin Evans guy? Because he's so ugly, it's off-putting. Like, I can't watch him.
I don't know who that is. I don't know. Maybe I have.
He's very unfortunate looking.
Well, we hate these people, actually, all of them.
He's on the bottom of my list.
Listen, tech tubers, they're like you know how the least respected form of entertainment is like, I don't know, magician or mime or whatever? That's tech tubers are that for YouTube. They're the bottom of the barrel, worst, stinkiest.
Where's Anthony been lately? I'm still here. I'm still at LMG right now. I'm vacationing. I'm visiting family.
Oh my God.
Things have been weird for a little while. Let me
Yeah.
explain, and you'll have to forgive me for using a teleprompter here because
You don't say. They've been a little weird. Now, this is the lady who's changed my mind about this whole thing, okay? You heard my thoughts there. That was the past. That was the clip. By the way, again, subscribe to formerly Angie's Random Edits, now Pod Awful's Savage Clips, okay? Pod Awful Savage Clips, because that one, this is from a little while ago now, but it's a great clip, and thank you to Angie for making it. I see, Urquit is in the chat right now. He said that this clip was put out back when he was still in the hospital. And someone in chat said, what were you in the hospital for? Turns out he got raids from his PC. All right, thank you. And let's see, should we do other jokes I already said in the chat? Yeah, let's do another one. Somebody else noticed that Marques Brownlee was wearing a shirt that said moon catcher on it. They were worried that he's going to come get me here. I looked out the moon base window. He was out there chirping. Okay. Anyway, all right. Now, do we want to keep covering Emily here? If you don't know, this is Emily, dead name Anthony, from Linus Tech Tips. And I need to reorder my tier list of tech tubers from this clip now, because everything Linus I can no longer trust. I bought that Mac Studio. Linus is now further down. But Emily here, the beautiful Emily, is, I think, still trustworthy. Unfortunately, this is really what happened. When Emily was Anthony, Emily left Linus Tech Tips for a few months, has been gone, and it was in that time I started watching Linus going, should I buy this Mac Studio? And look at what happens. But when I saw the former Anthony's videos on there, this lady, this beautiful woman, more gorgeous than I, Justine, and smarter too. I don't know how. She somehow has a bigger, smarter brain than I, Justine, and as a PC person, as a POC master race person, she very, very fairly covers both Mac and PC stuff. Clearly not a Mac fan. Clearly, just take one look and you can see that Emily is no fan of the Mac, but at the very least is an ally of my people, and that's what I appreciate. So should we cover a little bit of Emily on here? Well, I wasn't planning on this, but Emily does. If I'm going to re-rank the tech tubers, it's Emily at the top, then the Sandlot lesbian, then Linus, and blah, 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 all the way down to Mark Ass. Beauty, brains, and brawn, says Stribs in the chat. That's right. The beep is piercing my ears. What, this one? I don't see how, but okay. Well, we'll fix that. See, all right, here's the thing. I do need to explain this before we go any further whatsoever. Why am I not on camera? You got the new computer. And by the way, it's awesome. The new computer rules. Everybody who told me ditch Apple, get a PC, enjoy Raid Shadow Legends. Okay? Enjoy whatever it is. Enjoy Minecraft. I hope you have a great time with it. The new Mac Studio rules. And I even see people in the chat. Some people were coping. You know, some of the POC master race were coping out there. One guy said, imagine. I love when a guy says, imagine thinking that addressable RGBs only can be rainbow color. I don't think that. You guys just do it every time. Speaking of addressable, I already addressed this. If you're a guy and you've got lights in your computer, there's something probably a little bit gay inside your brain. But if you just stick them onto, I don't know, green, okay? What are my choices here? If you go green with it and you're just always on green, I'm probably not talking about you. I'm talking about you a little bit. I'm definitely talking about the one guy in chat who said that, because after all of this, I still got a guy chirping at me about how PC is better. Imagine thinking that. Anyway, we have some POCs coping in chat here. We've got some people who are blown away by this. One guy said in chat, I've never noticed this. You're 100% right. That's incredible. I got to say, though, this Mac, I'm loving it. What happened was I've never bought a non-iMac before. You know, an iMac comes with a screen built in. So I buy this new one. I've got this amazing new machine. One of the greatest parts, if you're not an Apple guy, is, you know, again, I'm a tits man. I want to see a nice, big, juicy, perky, floppy, sweaty, stinky, Emily-style pair of tits in front of me when I open up my new computer. And one of the greatest thing about opening up an iMac is you turn it on, and nobody argues with this. An iMac instantly out of the box, it just looks beautiful. It looks great. The screen looks great. You can't argue with that. They know what they're doing with these 5K screens and all this stuff. It's just pixel fucking perfect every time. When you get a brand new iMac, it's like unwrapping virginal pussy. Legal? Let me say for the POC master race out there, legal virginal. Okay? I regret actually saying that phrase ever, but I don't know what else to compare it to. It's like eating the best beef jerky. So, I mean, you could say that. I'm not going to say that, but you could say that. You know, he's got a real good energy to him. Like, he's swell. He's swell. I mean, not me, but maybe you. Anyway, the point is, they look incredible out of the box. So imagine my shock, my surprise. I buy this Mac Studio. It's just a brick. I go, wait a second. I got to plug a screen into this. I can't use the old iMac screen. I'd love to, but I can't. It doesn't work that way. So I just got to plug it into one of these dumb old screens I've got. There is nothing worse looking on this earth than Apple, than Mac OS through a normal man's monitor. It is disgusting. So the reason I'm not on screen is I had to order a new screen. I had to order a monitor. The guy with monitors everywhere, I needed a brand new one. I needed something that could work with this new machine that's going to look awesome. And I made a plunge. I made a Linus Tech Tips style plunge, okay? And I shouldn't have done this, but I did, which means I've been tearing the moon base apart. And the next time you see everything, it's going to look a little different around here, all right? Now, again, my plan was not to talk about Emily, but we probably need to address the elephant in the room. So here's, no offense, but Emily is the reason why I reconsidered this whole thing. Because here's the deal. What this is all really about, we'll come back to this. What this is all really about is a guy named James. I used to be this guy. I used to be just say no to RGBs. And a guy named James, he's one of our goons. He's one of our cult members. He's the reason for it. James is one of those people where I could tell him 1,000,000 times, I'm not switching off of Apple, and he's still going to try to pressure me into his sexuality.
I have autism. I can't help it.
And if you want to hear what I mean, here you go. Here's me talking to James about the PC Master Race. This is where it all came together, and I want you to really listen to my biases. You know, I was being bigoted during this. I'm the bad guy. Now, one of the most incredible parts of this recording isn't just the fact that I'm a new man as a result of it, but it's also that it kind of proves something in here. You know, James is arguing for the PC. I'm arguing for the straight guy Apple stuff. And in it, you'll notice that James actually lags behind. He's on a PC. Somehow I respond to him before he's even said stuff. I've never seen this before in a recording ever. If you notice a little weirdness, a little something off with everything, it's because James was using his own proud gay PC. And unfortunately for him, I was on the brand new Mac Studio. So I was actually traveling forward in time to talk to him. Take a listen.
What's going on, Mr. Jesse from 504?
Sorry, what did you say 2 seconds ago? You would jack off with Urquit and this radical guy?
About gun stuff, yeah.
You would jack off with him about that?
Well, so to speak, not literally.
But yes?
No.
You said yes twice?
Are you recording?
I'm not.
Okay, so then never mind. Nothing ever happened.
You did say that you would jack off with him.
No, I didn't.
I'm sorry. Can anyone else here confirm that that is what James said?
Oh yeah, loud and clear. Definitely.
Yeah,
No
I'm
idea what
taking
you're
it as
talking
a
about.
sexually terroristic threat.
He said okay when you suggested it, and then he confirmed that that was what he had said. Do you remember that, James? Do you remember when you did that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's weird.
As I remember. Radical. I mean, he said it about you. He said he was willing to jack off with you. You recall him saying that?
I do recall this. Like I said, I'm interpreting it as sexual terrorism. I will be reporting it to the authorities.
Thank you.
Well, there you go, James. Kind of all over for you, man.
Terrorism.
All right. Well,
As
I
in,
guess that's it then.
I'm going to
But
As
only
an
the
authority,
authorities
I
of,
will
like,
take that report.
Transnistria.
I am going to call the your local news station about this as well.
Local gun jack-off club organization.
Does that exist?
Are you wanting to join?
Why? Yeah, why are you so interested?
God, you really want to jack off with guns with other guys?
No, not particularly.
You just want to join the group about that?
No.
Okay.
I was just wondering if it exists.
And then you
For
would
what?
do
To what
nothing
end?
further with that information?
Probably not.
Okay.
I feel like this
I
fits
get a
into
lot
a
of
pattern of
information that I
behavior
don't do
recently.
anything with.
By the way, James, I got my new PC.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
What
Is
happened?
that easy?
Huh?
How'd you do it?
What do you mean, how did I do it?
So you initiated the return, and then you went to a physical location to pick up the new one, or what?
I pieced it together myself.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You're a liar.
What do you...
He actually invented
Excuse
a new
me?
type of PC.
I said you're a liar.
Why would you say that? You're saying
Because you
could-
lied yesterday about it.
What are you saying exactly? That I couldn't put together some fucking gay PC like you? I'm not as smart
That you're
as
not
you.
even planning on doing that. That you went and
I
got
wasn't
yourself the
planning
new
on it, no. But now we're in,
Mac Studio.
now we're
That
in
comes
this
at you fast,
situation.
bud.
Listen, man,
No,
it's fucking Pride Month,
no.
and so I had to get the most rainbow colored computer I could find, and that's a PC,
No.
my friend.
No.
I mean, think about it like this. Back in the days where genders and sexualities didn't have their own multicolored flags, Apple had multicolored computers and PCs were beige. And now that being gay is a bunch of colors, PCs are a bunch of colors and Mac is gray.
No.
What do you mean no? That's just true.
RGB lights are pretty gay.
Mac used to be white, which was base.
Exactly. Yeah. True. So true. But the second they got a whiff of gays taking over the rainbow, Mac said, fuck that shit. Steve Jobs was like, I don't fucking think so, faggot.
Well, I
What's
thought
cool
Steve
than-
Jobs was. Oh no, Tim Cook
James,
is gay.
what's
yeah.
cool?
Yeah, Tim. Yeah, look what happened.
Gray, and it has
Steve
space
Jobs
in it.
dies. He hates gay people. Who takes over for him? A gay guy.
Gay
You
guy.
think he had any intention of that happening? Are you kidding?
Probably.
The gay guy, in order to maintain Mac's notoriously straight user base, has to keep occasionally putting out just one random, different colored iPhone or a couple gay iMacs that nobody wants. But in the meantime, for all the real professional straight users, all of the Macs are just fucking gray. Meanwhile, in PC world, you guys are like going to extra effort to make it all the colors of fucking Benetton over there. That's pride.
Yeah,
That's
James,
fucking pride, James.
I
So happy Pride
I
Month
have
to
a
you and the
gaming
PC
PC.
master race.
No.
James, I have a cool Gameringman PC, and the first time I switched it on, the mouse, the case, the fucking keyboard, all started strobing its hypnotic spectrum of colors to me, one
What
after the
color is
other.
your computer,
Went
James?
rainbow.
What
Black
does it have any
and
lights on
gray.
it?
Yeah, but they're always turned
But
off.
it does. It's
No, they're
got
not.
'em.
And
No,
they
they're
don't
not.
have rainbow colors. They only do like
What
one
color
or
do
two
you have it
I'm
colors.
set
sorry,
to,
real
James?
quick,
I have all my
James.
stuff
What color is your
purple.
microphone again?
It's indigo
Yeah, but
right now.
it can be any color.
Yeah, it
And
could
that's
be any
and
color.
you specifically got that for the thing that you put up to your mouth.
Actually, it just sits on
And
my
just to be
desktop.
clear, they have the option of ones that just turn red. A classic straight
yeah,
man's
like the-
color, a Nazi color. And you
Yeah, that's
said,
an option.
I'm going to pay, what, $50 extra for it to turn every color?
Well, to turn purple
Oh,
mostly.
purple, classic straight guy color, right?
Yeah, it's a royal
you're
color.
black.
James,
So you're
James,
black.
if you're
We was king.
indigo isn't a royal
So,
color.
I'm sorry,
Purple.
happy Juneteenth.
Oh, thanks.
Wow, James. And what color is your keyboard? And is that
purple.
because it lights up? And does it light up
Yes.
any color?
It's got a preset.
And just to be clear, you're not a
bundle of them.
streamer of any kind, right? So you having
Not per
RGB
se.
colors for your computer and keyboard is just a thing for just you. It's not
Yeah,
to
basically.
present some form of interest on a visual medium.
Oh, not at the moment.
And then your mouse, what's happening there? and
It's
that-
blue. It's black, but it's got blue
Can
colors
it turn
on
any
it.
color or?
I don't think any color. We could see what
Okay,
colors
but
it can
multiple
turn.
colors. Okay.
Yeah, a couple different ones.
James, why
Well,
is all
listen,
your
hey,
shit
man,
different
happy
colours?
Pride.
Why don't you just have everything?
What do you mean no?
No.
Why don't
You're
you
a gay
just have
guy.
everything the same color? Why is one thing indigo, one purple, one blue? Similar but different.
Yeah.
That's weird. Make them all the same or make them contrasting or like complementary.
Let's see what
Sounds
colors
like
we
it's
can turn
gonna
my
look-
mouse.
It sounds like it's gonna look real ugly when it's
I'm
all
going to
next
guess the
to each
colors
other.
it can turn are Roy G. Biv. And by the way, that's the first guy to ever get AIDS. He's
Roy G.
patient
Biv, huh?
zero.
Never forget.
He's the guy that
Yeah.
fucked the monkey.
He was the monkey.
So the
And then he
mouse can
discovered
be
the rainbow?
red.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
It can be green.
G.
Can be blue. Can be yellow.
James, if you can choose colours,
Whoa,
if you can
pink?
choose
That's not
colours
even
and
in
accept
the
those
rainbow.
three-
That's so gay.
It can be
Teal?
teal.
Are you kidding me?
Or it can be white.
Might as well be fucking Liberace over there. And this is something you finger every day? I mean,
Leave
me
it teal,
personally,
James.
my shit doesn't light up. It's
That's not good.
Me personally.
Why?
No.
Yeah, Jesse, how would the gay conversion therapy get to you? It doesn't light up.
Dude,
There's
you
no gay
don't. So
conversion
you
therapy.
are you really going to tell me you're a conspiracy guy, and you're really going to tell me that you didn't figure out by now that the colors on a PC or keyboard or mouse actually strobe at such a high rate that it's actually hypnotic and turns you gay? There's a refresh
I don't think
rate,
so.
the hertz on those. It's at just fast enough a speed that it's slightly imperceptible to the human eye, but your brain still picks it up, and it's actually flashing Morse code into your head to suck cock.
That's the reason he can't pick up on it.
Because his brain's already
I
fed
agree.
with suck cock thoughts. Oh, okay.
That's
Thank you,
true.
James. Well, happy Pride. No.
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 RGB is binaural audio, but visual.
RGB, really gay buttholes.
No, he says as he's projecting the rainbow in his own house.
James told me that
I disagree.
all you got to do is push out your butt a little bit and it's going to feel just fine. That's what you told me.
I don't think I said that.
See?
That's true.
Well, listen, man. I wouldn't do that, me personally, but everybody's different. You know?
No.
I like that James is so
That's wonderful.
backed into a corner on this that all he can do is just say no. I think there's a part of you right now where
That's
your heart
not
is
true.
racing because you fear that maybe, just maybe, your computer is trying to turn you gay. I think it is true.
That's not true. I don't think so.
The guy's coming for us all, bud.
I was the first to predict state-enforced homosexuality.
James, gamers are like the one enemy of gay. You think they weren't coming for the gamers first?
Come to think of it, the lights on my PC just don't even seem to be working right now.
I guess he just opened up the cabinet and unplugged them in fear.
They've been conveniently disabled.
Well, they've been not working for a while.
You know, yeah, that means
That's
that
even
the
worse. That means
transition is
they've been
complete.
looking-
That's like when the microwave goes ding.
The eggs are ready.
File's done. James, you're gay. James, the computer turned you gay, man.
That's not true.
How long you had all this RGB nonsense?
Varying times,
Okay,
depending on what
we're talking about length of time, so...
So the mic you guys
Yeah, I'm
saw,
talking
I got
about
it like a couple
anything
weeks ago.
RGB computer related. What's the oldest we're talking?
I guess that would be my computer. I got that in 2017
that's
or something.
fascinating because 2017 is right around when you started saying all that gay shit on the show, saying stuff like "I'm not straight" and
that's true.
What are some other James classics?
I think he said
True. You said you are allegedly gay. Oh, sorry.
No,
Wait, is it straight?
You allege
That's not what you
that I'm
said.
gay.
No.
Yes, it is. You guys call me gay, and I said allegedly, and you're the ones that allege it.
That is still
It's
so
never a
funny
good
of a response. Just saying allegedly when someone calls you gay. I notice. All right, James. Notice how we say your computer's turning you gay. Your response is no. But when we say you are gay, your response is allegedly.
Well, you are the one
know what the
alleging
word
it.
means.
Do you
Do
not
you
know
know
what the
what it
word
means?
allegedly means?
Okay, go ahead. Explain it.
I believe so. When you allege something about
Sure,
somebody,
but
it can be not true.
What does allege mean?
That's to say something about somebody.
Jesus
To
Christ.
accuse them.
But just to be clear, it could
Without
also
proof.
be true.
What?
When something is alleged, it is both.
When it's
it is both.
No,
it
it's
is
just
both
somebody
as
is
strong
saying,
a
when
possibility
somebody
that
is-
it is true as it is that it's not. That's the point of. That's the exact point of the word allegedly.
And you define it as not having proof, but you know, they bring allegations in court with proof. You can have proof of allegations.
Used to convey that something is
That's
claimed to be
allegation.
the case or
Right,
taken
which means
place,
that
although there
it's
is no proof.
Schrodinger's true or not. It could be true, it could not be. It's an equal possibility. Right.
No, it's just a claim.
Yes. And it has equal possibility being true or false. What do you fucking mean?
No,
Of
that's
course
not true.
James, when someone murders someone on camera and then charges are brought against them, a newspaper will report that they are the alleged suspect. Now, okay.
Well, that's
okay.
true.
So alleged means all that means is that claims are being made and the veracity of them has not
doesn't
been
necessarily mean that
demonstrated
something
yet.
is true or not.
Okay.
Right.
I see what James is saying. He hasn't been
you
convicted
haven't been
and
found
judged of being
legally
gay.
gay, is what you're saying.
That's right.
Okay. Allegedly, you
That's
haven't
right.
been
Allegedly.
found legally
Allegedly.
gay.
We haven't gone through all
that's
the
thing
court
is-
documents. We don't know.
I need to see.
You know, a lot
I
of-
need to see.
A lot of
your,
courts don't
record
publicize it or
and
release it.
Your what do they call that? What's that thing that they always I need to see your permanent record. Yeah.
My permanent record.
Wait, is that why you moved to
and,
Vermont,
and you're not
James?
allowed. They don't have
So you're
like
not legally
sunshine
gay in
laws
Vermont?
there, and then also their sex offender registry is secret. Allegedly.
That's not true.
Allegedly, they
No,
He's only
have
allegedly
one of the
straight.
toughest sex offender registries to get access to. Allegedly, I'm alleging it right
no,
now.
I've never heard that.
It's
Well, that's
it's
not
just
true.
as possible
You heard it
that
here
it's
first,
true
James.
as it
That's
is
not
that it's
true.
not. Oh, so I'm not alleging it.
No, it's unlikely to be true.
Okay.
Well, you can allege
If
whatever you
allege
want.
that you're gay. Well, we said you're gay, and you said allegedly.
No, I did not. Because you allege it.
I'd like to push you off alleged.
You alleged it.
No, I never alleged it.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't allege it. We accused you.
We
of being,
brought, but we
straight up
did
said you are
bring
gay, and you alleged
evidence
it.
when we alleged
No.
it. Evidence, and it did mount.
Evidence.
I don't think so.
We also have
Disagree
Because he
Agree
is
to
alleged
agree.
to have mounted.
No, I
did
disagree to
technically just
disagree.
disagree to agree then.
That's not
If
true.
he's disagreeing to disagree, then he's
All right, Your
agreeing that
Honor,
he's
we
gay.
rest our case.
No, I agree.
Thank you. Happy Pride Month.
That'd be pretty cool.
No.
No.
Oh, okay, thanks.
I agree.
Wow. Thank you to James for traveling forward in time from 2003. He was a few seconds late, but he was very close. So thank you for even attempting it from his PC. You know, and this is something you may not realize. After that, James actually changed guys.
I didn't get a chance to tell you guys what sort of guy I am now. I changed guys.
He changed guys. So I think that might mean he's an Apple guy now. He might have actually become straight as a result. I promised James the opportunity to respond to all of this on the program. So let's talk to James. I'm going to join the Discord here, join the little hangout thing. And James, you here, bud? Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, James. Now, did you hear the stream just then?
Yeah, it was kind of jumbled up with that recording. How did
Yeah,
that
that
happen?
I think that's the direct result of the way you are, actually.
I don't think so.
You don't?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on camera. That actually adds a little delight to all this. I apologize for not being on camera myself, because again, we're redoing everything. I spoke to you. Now, I understand you've changed guys, and I want to come back to that in a second here. But I want you to know that after that conversation, I listened back to that recording. I heard you traveling time attempting to speak to me. And I thought to myself, Jesse, you were a bit of a bigot. And James is sitting here right now, by the way, with his RGB microphone. He bought a microphone specifically because it turns different colors. He's in a room filled with RGB colors everywhere. So I don't know if you've changed guys or not, but I have changed guys. I'm still an Apple guy, but I think I've come a little bit closer to your side of things. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a minute here. I want you to know, though, I am trying to be more understanding. I'm trying to be an ally to the PC community, okay? The RGBT community that you're a part of. Your response is,
I said,
You said,
I don't think that's what I said.
Okay, so everybody heard it. And I hope everybody is hearing James at the same time as me right now. I don't know exactly what was going on with that before. But anyway, the point here is, James, I'm going to give you a chance to rebut any of that. Of course, you once referred to yourself as allegedly gay. You've been accused.
No, you referred to me that way.
No. You said I'm allegedly gay. That's a quote that you said. We have audio of it.
I don't think that's a quote.
Well, it is a quote, and we could absolutely find someone to pull that up for us. But listen, you're not on trial here. I'm trying to give you some time. So I see you're sitting there with your RGB lights on. Go ahead and respond to all of this. And by the way, happy Pride.
Your little thumbnail there of the guy saying, just say no thanks, I'm not gay.
Yeah.
That could be like a Maddox article for his website.
Okay, this is what you have all this time to think and respond, and your PC. I swear to God, when I talk to you, James, and this is maybe you're the reason. Like, you know, a guy who's only racist because he had one bad interaction with one. Like, James, you might be ruining it for the rest of them, because I'm not kidding. When I see you trying to come up with something to say, when it's like listening to dial-up internet, I can see your brain trying to work. Oh, that's what it is. You've been trying to get this thing to start going rainbow this whole time. James is distracted because he was trying to get his microphone to rainbow cycle here. God damn it. I swear, I can see thoughts. I can see the little mouse trying to turn the parts that you put together yourself in the Raspberry Pi you have for a brain. And all I hear is... You've got mail. James, I'm going to give you one more chance here. All right. It's been alleged that you're gay. You're part of the LGBT community.
I deny those allegations.
You're not part of the LGBT community. We're looking at visual evidence right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your response is, yeah. It's a quiet, meek.
I got this microphone because it's a lot better quality than my previous microphone.
Really? Because you sound like shit and it sounds really far away. It's not close enough at all. We can barely hear you. You sound like a little boy. You know what you sound like? You sound like Anne Frank doing a podcast.
Look at this. Isn't that the fucking craziest shit? Now when I move it, it stays where I move it.
Great. That's going to be great for the audio only. The audio only people are going to love that, James. They know exactly what you're talking about.
For all the audio only people,
James was pretending an old microphone was a penis. He was making it go limp. All right. Case closed. James, you're part of the community. I'm sorry, but happy Pride Month, and thank you for helping me grow as a person.
No.
You can't just say no to stuff. You're insane.
No.
That's not how this works. You can't just say no.
Yes, I can.
Oh, my God. And what was the deal with I somehow was able to respond to you faster than you were even talking?
Somebody recorded that improperly. That's not how it sounded when we were having the conversation.
Apparently 2 hours. You know who Brandon Herrera is, right?
Yeah, the AK guy.
Yeah, Dick Masterson's cool brother, his straight brother. Well, Brandon Herrera, I just got this sent to me. Apparently 2 hours ago, posted a video. It says gun meme review. It's got a big rainbow flag on it, and it says, night vision is gay.
No, that's also false.
Now, James, do you have your night vision there with you?
I don't have it with me.
Oh, of course you don't. Of course you don't. Because that would be a great visual. So, of course you don't. James is a night vision freak. He's actually made his entire family go broke trying to buy as much night vision as possible. And now your based gun guy is saying you're gay twice over.
I've
So
never
now,
cared for Brandon Herrera.
oh, really? Why? Because he's Mexican?
No, I'm just not much of an AK guy myself, so.
Yeah, you're more of a BM guy as far as I understand.
No. What's a BM? You mean a bowel movement?
A bowel movement. You're into butt stuff and gay guy stuff and poops.
No. I'm famously all about the big mommy milkers, as a matter of fact.
See, that's what I don't get, okay? Because it's a perfect analogy. PC guys being ass guys, Apple guys being tits guys. You can't, I know you aren't even going to attempt to argue that Apple
James,
guys are tits guys.
can I ask a question to James?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are you saying that you're famously a big mommy milkers guy, but you immediately assumed bowel movement?
Because that's what BM is.
Big mommy, maybe?
I think you're more famous for being the allegedly gay guy, in all fairness. What do you mean, no? No. He said that's all he can say is no. I gave you so much time to think of a reply to all of this, and all you've got is no. James,
I think this is like a 2003 Maddox article, especially with the.
You're just going to keep saying
no.
if you say it again, it'll work better. James, I'm seeing you there. You've got the RGBs on, everything's strobing, but the you know what I'm really noticing?
What's that?
You've got an open closet behind you. James,
true.
I think it's time to come out. I think it's time to be out and proud. I know it's the last day of Pride, but I think I've got something for you that's going to change your mind. I think you're going to agree with me on all of this by the end of this program because I've seen the light. And I mean the light literally. I mean the addressable RGB lights. I mean the LEDs. I'm talking about your Razer keyboards. I've seen it all. I understand it. Listen, I hate to even admit this publicly, but maybe, just maybe, I've dabbled. Okay? I've dabbled. I stuck a toe into the PC world, which, again, when you're equating them to gay guys, I'm not sure you want to say that. What are you doing? Did you just shrink? What is happening? Why are you tiny? What is going on, James?
What's going on?
You're only 3 apples high. The point I'm pouring my guts out here to you, trying to form some kind of understanding, and you are just shutting me out entirely. I'm telling you, I'm trying to understand your world, the gay world, the PC world, and you've got nothing for me. Did you just drink out of 2 different containers? What are you, wang? What is happening right now? So you're literally going to wang gulp in front of me and tell me you're not gay. Why do you have 2 different vessels for drinks in front of you?
Because I actually had them both filled with water, and now they're both empty and water.
You are one of the most frustrating and like boring psycho people I've ever met. Like somehow you manage to be equally mundane and ludicrous. It's insane. It's not insane. It is normal. It is bizarre. It's forgettable, honestly. Okay, great. You got any final words here?
I disagree with everything you've said tonight.
What do you think about Emily from Linus Tech Tips?
He's a weirdo.
What do you mean he?
Him.
Emily is a lady, okay? And as part of your community, you need to respect that.
No.
Well, you can't just keep saying no. That's not an option.
I think it is.
You need a new vocabulary, James. Badly.
Indubitably.
So now that's agreeing. You don't even know what.
Just say no. James is
I
gay.
agreed with your assessment.
What do you think? All right, let me play a little. Can you hear this? Let me play a little of Emily's video here.
Because I want to get everything right here.
You guys can't hear that, can you?
I can't hear it.
That's
no.
bizarre. Right before the program, I was able to play stuff and you guys could hear it, and now you can't. I don't know how that works. Well, listen. I tried to tell people that Anthony from Linus Tech Tips is now Emily, his trans. Nobody believed. Like, people thought this was a joke. I told everyone, this is my tech tuber. I got to ask you, James, who's your tech tuber? If you were going to somebody for tech tips, who would it be?
Well, I don't really watch that stuff very often, but when I do, it's usually Marques Brownlee.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Because he's the worst one. He's the dumbest. It's why you're sitting there in front of a Walmart
It's the
microphone.
only one I know.
Yeah, of course it's the only
It's
one
not
you
a
know.
Walmart microphone.
It is.
It's a
It's
Best Buy microphone.
Okay, so I don't know. Somebody look up if you can buy this microphone at Walmart or not. Because
Rufio has that microphone
and bought
got
it from Walmart.
That was the reason I got it in the first place.
There you go.
It's a HyperX microphone. You can buy it from a lot of places.
How nice Rufio's audio
I was
HyperX has awful
joking.
audio. No,
That's a
you
joke.
No,
oh my
you were being
God. James, that's a joke. Now, here's the thing. Here's what people don't realize is James, there was an entire not recorded setup to that recording we just listened to. Like a day or two prior to that one, I convinced James I was building my own PC.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Everybody was there for it. Did I convince him or no?
Completely, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Without a question. Also, you can buy that microphone from Walmart.
Okay. So that's a Walmart microphone, and you can't just say no. But I did. We had like a 2-hour long conversation. No, unfortunately, there's no recording. It was so funny. I had James going that I was building my own PC. And of course, the PC I was describing was a Mac. And by the end of it, I said to him, James, I know you've got no money, but if I was able to build you one of these, get you the same guy to build you one of these, wouldn't you want one? You know, you know what I did to him? This is kind of illegal, actually. You could have used the gay defense against me in a court of law. I did to James what trans people do. I stealthed him. I lied and said I was gay when I was trying to convince him into being straight. It was sort of an Uno reverse stealthing. I described all of the parts and things and attributes of a Mac. At the end, I go, if I got you the money, would you want to buy one? He was like, absolutely. That sounds amazing. And then I said, okay, well, I just described a Mac. And what did you say, James?
I said no.
There you go. All right. Thank you, James. And go ahead and we're done with you. So to go ahead and, thank you for your service, but shuffle off this dusty trail. Who lordy. Okay. So James is not easy to deal with. And honestly, I thought I changed guys. I thought I was a new man. James very nearly took me back to the brink of ideating, disliking the Pride people. But you know who pulls me back in? My dream girl, Emily. Emily, not joking. This is not a trick. I 100% am trans rights thanks to Emily. So while James can have the worst Pride month of all time, it's 100% happy Pride month to Emily. Emily is our queen of tech.
It's going to be a lot. See, I try not to push my views too hard on social media. Linus might not see it this way, but...
Oh, everybody wanted James to do a twirl. He's not going to do it. So all he's going to do is go, no. James now, here's the thing. You can't give James an inch because the second he thinks he's got some... Everybody was laughing at him, responding, no. So now he thinks that's his thing. So if I said, James, do a twirl, what do you think he's going to do? No. James completely not understanding that we need a little yes and for a show. He would want that of anybody else too, by the way. He'd be watching somebody else, and if they were like, no, I'm not going to do this, no, I have no responses, he would go, why are you sitting there ruining the show? I'm trying to watch Pod Awful, you're ruining it. But now he thinks his thing is no. He's like a little kid.
Feel that,
which explains why he was groomed by his PC.
Fundamentally, this platform that I have isn't mine. I didn't earn it.
And that is so wrong. And this is the sickening thing we do to the LGBT community all the time, okay? We make them believe that they're not valid within this platform. Are you kidding me? You are the top of this platform, Emily.
I feel like I owe it almost entirely to my association with Linus Media Group, and that's not something I take lightly. This time is different. This time it is about me, and it will affect Linus Media Group too.
Yeah, ironically, I need yes and James is giving me no but, which you would think a gay guy would.
I am transgender.
No. No!
My name is Emily.
What?
For over 13 years.
By the way, the Linus Tech, I really need to do a Linus episode. I mean, maybe we've sort of done it here now, but the Linus, what is his podcast called? The WAN Show. It's truly the most insane thing ever. We watched it in Discord a little while ago, and everybody couldn't believe. I'm not telling a lie here. It's unbelievable. This show is so out there. I mean, it's special. It's got an energy to it. I'll just put it that way. There's something going on. There's something in the water over at the WAN Studios. It's just an advertisement. It's a 5-hour-long advertisement. It's incredible. And we checked out the Linus Tech Tips store, the LTT store, and they had instantly, the second this video went out, instantly, all over the website, there are images of Emily sporting LTT gear to try to sell it, and it went from Anthony to Emily overnight. These PC people, they know how to find and replace. Emily is currently finding herself and replacing her parts.
I've been in the closet, and I've got memories from as early as 25 years ago, as puberty began. The signs were there all along.
See, this is what we need you to do, James. It's time to come out of the closet. Emily can guide you.
After trying to ignore it for so long, I finally started taking hormones a little over a year ago. My intent was to hide it for as long as possible, like maybe even forever if I could get away with it. I don't feel ready yet, but I can't hide forever. As a semi-public figure, I don't have the luxury of doing this quietly like so many people hope to do, so here we are. Everyone at Linus Media Group has...
By the way, you're no longer a semi-public figure. Number one, when you go on camera and are on a 1 million views channel, period, obviously. But number two, you're definitely no longer semi-public when you come on camera and say, hi, yeah, you know my penis? Not so much. Not. Got that one wrong. Sorry, Doc. You assigned me wrong. That's a pretty public thing, you know? If I came on camera and I was like, hey, yeah, you know how you probably assume I take doo-doos? Nope. I pee out my butt. I'm no longer a semi-public figure. That's something that's out there then.
It's been incredibly supportive, and the company is behind me 100%.
Yeah, you know how you probably think I got feet? Nah. Wheels. Had them the whole time. Born with them.
For that, I couldn't be more grateful. It's just amazing. But even so...
By the way, was this music... Wait, Angie added this. For a second, I thought this music was original to the video. I forgot we were watching Angie's edit. This music is to die for. Oh my gosh.
I've made the decision to step back from hosting videos, at least until we know how this whole thing is going to go.
What do you mean? How's it going to go? They're going to call you she. You're going to wear a dress, and you're going to give the best tech advice on YouTube, Emily. What else? Oh, there's no other way it could go.
Though I don't know when I'll actually be comfortable again in front of the camera.
I'd like to see you in a Princess Leia metal bikini.
Don't want to put a target on LMG or anyone else close to me because...
I love him. I'm not joking. Emily is the Emily's really the only good one over there.
Oh, it's just become a political firestorm. Like, look at the response to Chris Tyson when they came out. That terrifies me. Like, it's just, I don't.
Is Chris Tyson the Mr. Beast guy? Girl, thing, they, it.
Intend for anything to change or for anyone to treat me differently, though I know many well, for better or worse.
You go, girl. We support you.
And all I've ever truly wanted was a chance to be myself, and I've worn so many masks during my life that...
Really? Like a V for Vendetta one? How much did it cover?
I'm still not sure who that is. Persistent depression and anxiety have been with me for as long as I can remember, with precious little relief through.
Don't say precious. Come on. That's sort of, you can't, culturally appropriate from black people.
Medication and therapy. When I felt it start to come back a couple years ago, it was clear what the common thread was, and I had to finally take action. My worries about what might happen...
Now, Trevor in chat says, of course, the Linux guy is trans. Well, that's RGBT. The T is for Linux. I don't know if you guys know that. If you're Linux, you're trans. That's how it works.
If I did, suddenly got outweighed by my worries of what might happen if I did not.
Linux Tech Tips.
My past support for trans people might seem self-serving now, so let me be clear.
What if... now, this is crazy. I don't know, because doesn't this almost seem like a breakup from Linus? Like, it almost sounds like Emily's kind of out. I know she's got on the Linus Tech Tips shirt, but imagine if, she splits from Linus Tech Tips, starts Emily's Dick Tips.
Fully support anyone and everyone.
I would like to watch Emily's Makeup Tips.
As long as they're true to themselves and aren't harming others. I hope for a world where people don't have to suffer for years or decades even, either not knowing what they're feeling or why, or because they're terrified of what might happen if they open up.
Now, how is she not describing James right there? That's exactly what's happening with James.
I'm at that part of my journey now, and I guess we'll all get to see how it ends for me.
Whoa! Okay, no vitamin S, but thank you, Emily.
I'm going to go back to my vacation now, so I'm going to log out of all my socials until I get back to the office.
Okay, I don't want to say that. I don't know. It's starting to get dark there at the end. Well, listen. When I tech tip for that, why is that happening? That was bizarre. Okay, this is not a computer thing. This seems to be an OBS or maybe even internet issue. But for a second there, we dropped out. Let me know if we're back. Actually, on YouTube, it still says excellent connection. How long have I been out? I don't know. Okay, anyway. This is what I've been trying to explain to James this whole time. Now that I've seen the light, now that I understand your community to the PC people, I wanted to get a little bit closer. I wanted to figure some stuff out. And listen, I'm never going to buy a PC. It's just not me. It's not who I am. But I can wear the rainbow flag just like anyone else. And in fact, it looks like I'm going to have to. I made a huge error. I didn't even realize this was going on, but unfortunately, I made a giant mistake. You see, I decided that it's time to get a giant curved monitor. I told you with these Apple products, you want the most beautiful monitor ever. So I'm like, well, I got to buy one. The Apple Studio monitor is so expensive and it looks so retarded to me. I hate the design of it. I can't stand it. Maybe I should get a curve. I've got a giant curved desk. Wouldn't it make sense if I had an ultra wide curved monitor? So I bit the bullet and I got one. All right. And I'm highly disappointed. Now I've got the thing set up and it's not plugged in yet. I'm still figuring out the layout of everything. I'm setting this thing up. It's a monster. It's gigantic. I turned it on one time. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty cool. I'm definitely going to have to get used to that curve. I was only thinking about that curve. Then I go around to the back, and the back of the monitor is what you guys are going to be looking at the whole time, mind you. That's what you see on camera, I've got all the computers around me and stuff, and you guys kind of get to see the hardware I'm working with. And no wonder the PC people are so against me. Imagine watching Pod Awful for years, seeing that Apple logo on the back of my computer all the time. You got to be seething with rage. So I thought a gaming monitor. I'm meeting you halfway. Everybody knows gamer starts with GAY. I've got this giant ultra wide. I look at the back. This thing is bright white. It only came in white. There was no black. I thought, it'll be fine. I hate it. I thought that was bad enough. Then I power the thing on and I realize my brand new monitor here at the very tail end of Pride Month comes with its own RGBTQ light.
They're cyberbullying me to death.
Unfortunately, sometimes you just can't win. So now I feel like I understand the LGBT people. And on this Pride Month, I hope you'll learn to understand them too.
I live in a hellhole, surrounded by idiots.
Well, that's really not the way to think about it, Joker. But listen, he's a gay guy and he's allowed to say it.
Fuck you, nigger.
Whoa, what the? Okay, that wasn't the one I meant to play.
Bada bing, bada boom, baby.
Anyway, we're going to have to end this episode now. Next time I see you, you'll be looking at me through a James tinted lens. Don't go on the internet tomorrow. And until next time, have an awful day. Join the Pizza Fund, podawful.pizza.
I spent like a good 5 minutes on my butt.